Welcome back to part 2 of finishing this Hogwarts Castle painting. Recording smaller versions today in hour-long segments in the hope that I will get it up onto YouTube manually. If not, you YouTube guys won't be seeing this for another few weeks until I bite the bullet and do the Pro free trial and get it up that way. I want to have a backlog of videos before I do that so that I can get my money's worth. You know, I'm tight. Need to get my money's worth. Right, let's set 55 minutes. And my timer, the end of the stop timer, is a dog that barks because I use this for Alfie. It's like when he's got to leave the park or somewhere and he doesn't want to, I'll set the timer. And I've done this since he was tiny and it still works now at 4.5. I'll set the timer on my phone and it's not me that's then telling him to come away, it's the doggy that's barking. And because the dog is telling him that it's time to go and it's not me, he comes happily. It's strange, but it works. So anybody who's wondering about the dog barking in the previous segment, I don't have a dog. My dog's in my phone. Right, let's start this timer. Yeah, a trick that I tried when he was tiny and it still works now. And it avoids the strop and the confrontation because then he can't be angry with me because it's not me telling him that he has to come home now or has to stop doing whatever and do something else now. It's Doggy. Doggy's telling him. And he always comes nice and happily. Always has. So CB says, around here the air conditioner runs about 9 months of the year. We don't even have air conditioning. We survived this week by, I'm really, really super lucky that my flat is round the back. And so until about this time of day, well, no, the sun's been around here for about half an hour maybe, that the sun comes round to this side of the house about 4:30 in the afternoon, and then the past few days it's got unbearable in here, and we've had to survive on just a little tiny piddly fan that Andrew has in the bedroom all year round. And I had it in here yesterday because I was just baking. I was working on the Paw Patrol painting that I still haven't finished yet. And watching, what was I watching? Oh, I was watching the end of the seasoning of Orange is the New Black. And I finished it up this morning and oh my gosh, the tears. But yeah, and it got unbearable, so I had to go into the bedroom and liberate his fan. It's, I say, it's only a tiny little oscillating desk fan, although it was okay. And been wearing next to nothing all week, well, indoors obviously. Well, as much and as little as you can get away with outside too. But yeah, luckily I don't get many visitors out of the blue. It's getting a bit dark, a bit light. I do love this slow drying gel. I wasn't using it on the Paw Patrol drawing, but for proper paintings where you need to blend, it's been a godsend. I can highly recommend that if you're painting with acrylics and you're a bit on the slow side like I am. Use a slow drying gel medium, and I need to work on these a bit more because they're bugging me now. It stops your paints from drying so quickly in the palette, and it helps you work on the painting more. No, I haven't got it mixed. I don't mix it straight away. I've got all my colours and then a pile of this, and I just like grab it into. You can see like the tiny bits there that would have dried by now, and they're still nice and wet. I think I've got way too much paint here today, so I'll have to scrape the rest into a journal. We need to work in my art journal. Maybe next stream I think we'll do that, because I scraped up, I dabbed all the with a quick stencil that I grabbed, all the leftover paint from the puppies yesterday, and I've got loads of these pictures going on, these pages now going on with rubbish paint, you know, like scraped onto it. Leftover paint, not rubbish paint, leftover paint. And I need to do some journal pages to finish up those pages. I know what I'm trying to say. You can go away, you nasty big fly. You're lucky that I'm streaming and I can't go and reach the fly spray killer easily. My husband had bad allergies and asthma, so even though it's a nice day, I don't get to open the windows, hence the air on those days. I have bad hay fever, but I take antihistamines so that I can have the windows open and I can drive in this country, because obviously, even though I live in the city, a few minutes drive and you're in the countryside, and that's the nature of England and this city anyway. Because Oxford has lots of countryside. So if I didn't have my antihistamines from about March onwards, then I wouldn't be. Oh, so how good it is that it stays wet, then I put my hand in it. I wouldn't be driving anywhere because of all the trees and the greenery. That one needs to be lighter, doesn't it? I wondered why I got the purple out, but I realised that I need to fix the hills. Well, I need to continue with the hills. I also need to fix them because they got all scuffed. Well, this picture has been pushed around on my desk all the time. And that's why the purple's out, and I must use it shortly because it hasn't had any retarder put in it, and I don't want to lose it. Still put my hand in this down here. And I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. And this painting yet when it's done. Still not sure. I guess put it on the wall somewhere. Well, I need to find some way of fixing it. Or I could just use the command. Just use the command fixers, I guess. And stick it up with that. I still need to put all my rat pictures that I've been gifted on the wall. They're all framed. They're all framed and ready to go. They're just not on the wall yet. I was going to do it last night when Andrew got in because I need to climb on a chair and I don't really want to. Don't really want to climb while I'm alone. But he didn't get in till really, really late. I forgot that he was working late. He had a conference style thingy to go to. So I didn't end up doing it. And maybe I'll do it when he gets home tonight. I suppose I could do it with you guys here, but then again, you're a long way to come and rescue me if I'm stuck, aren't you? I'm getting there slowly. Okay, so at least the castle's kind of in now, it's not finished. Hi Kimberly! Alfie loves the pups. They're not finished yet. In fact, they're here somewhere, I think, because I was working on them yesterday. Oh, maybe they're not here. Yes, they are. They're still not finished. Still not finished. But they're getting there. They're getting there. Need to redo the sky because I've got it all dirty. But I wanted to change up the colour of the sky anyway. But yeah, still not done. I will finish them for this Saturday. But he loved them and he came in and he wanted to help me paint them, help me colour them. But I declined because I worked so hard drawing these damn pups and painting them that no, he's not going to, because he's not very good at keeping in the lines yet, he's not going to get a go. I will draw him some, I did draw him some pups for him to do himself, but no, not my pups after I worked that flipping hard on them. But he does love them, he loves them. Okay, CB, you go and pull your weeds up. You should have a gardener. Kimberly doesn't know the number for firemen in the UK, and let me tell you, I dated a fireman back in the day. And they're not all, well, some of them probably are, but this one wasn't all he was cracked up to be, let me tell you. And the uniform looked great, but out of the uniform, not so great. Oh, hi Kathy, didn't see you there either. Yeah, get hubby to get you a gardener, CB. I'm sorry, can't garden, need to art. Right, I don't know where to go next. This is still wet, but I don't want to, I want to let that layer dry. So let's go down here. Let's go down here. Try go and attack the castle again because I can't attack the castle at the minute because I keep putting my hands here. Oh, we need to do him too, don't we? Oh, and I need some red by the looks of it too. Let's put the boat in. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's tentatively put this boat in. I've got that far. No, I can't do that either because I'm getting my hand all in here. Plus guys, it's the last stream for Wonky Finger, hopefully. Touch wood. Sunday is the day that hopefully they will be fixing it. And I don't know what Alfie's more excited about. We're going to this inflatable theme park, which is loads of massive bouncy castle. I mean, we own a bouncy castle business, but ours is only tiny compared to these. These are the massive ones that you see at fun fairs and things. There's like 20 or 30 different ones. And hello! Your happy mail is going out tomorrow, Miss Ange. Tomorrow is payday here. So happy mails will be sent to a couple of people tomorrow. Yeah, we went to it last year. And it's absolutely, I think I deleted all the pictures off my phone. But they're absolutely massive, some of these castles that he goes on. And it's great fun. And if I was a well person and I could get past the people, I think I probably would have a go. That's too light. Far too light, but hey, we'll work over it and darken it. See, I'm still putting my hand in here. I meant to use these ones over here, didn't I? That's far too light anyway. Far too light. Yeah, I don't know if he's more excited for that or to watch me have my finger done. Because he's adamant he's watching. Although whether they'll allow him in, depending on what I'm having done on, I don't know. But he's got his hopes up. I mean, they're definitely coming to the hospital because I'm not going to be able to drive for that day, or maybe even a while. Who knows? And hopefully there will be a stream next week, but it all depends on what they do and how I recover. Let's move that over here. I can't see the sun keeps going in and out, and I can't see what I'm doing with this purple. Yeah, this is Hogwarts, or rather my version of Hogwarts. A bootleg Hogwarts, shall we say. I started off following the Art Sherpa's tutorial like a month or two ago now. And did several segments of it. I think there's one on YouTube and the others are still stuck here in limbo on YouTube at the moment. And I never finished it, and it's been pushed to pillar to post around my desk as I've been cleaning this past week. And so it just needs to be done now and to go. So being done and to go somewhere for its forever home, probably on the wall in the hallway, it will be. Well, I've given up on the tutorial because it's really hard to follow the tutorial and stream. I've literally just got a picture of hers, a rough picture, a screen grab of the tutorial, and I'm just going it alone because I was doing my own thing for most of it anyway. I wasn't actually really paying attention to hers as much as I could have. So yeah. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm having my finger fixed hopefully on Sunday, and at 8:30 on a Sunday morning at the hospital. Rather a bizarre time to be having it done, but I'll take it. I'll take it because I'm desperate. I'm sure it's going to be some injections and ultrasound. And there's also the risk that once they give it the I'm going for the ultrasound. And they're going to do the minor surgery. So they're either going to just, hopefully, fingers crossed, that it will just need injections into the joints under ultrasound and that will fix it. Or there's the risk that when they do the ultrasound, they might decide that it needs some sort of surgery, like to go in here, turn off if you're not into gruesome stuff. Let's say it's not gonna be that bad, but go in here somewhere and cut some of the tendons, maybe. Depends on what they find in these joints. So that's happening Sunday morning, but I'm just over the moon because this finger is so, it won't straighten. This is how it is all the time, and it's so painful. I mean, even just drawing, painting now, I can't lean my hand too closely on the thing. Driving hurts with my balloon animal legs that I've had recently due to meds. I could have done with using my stick, but I haven't been able to do that because I can't grip and hold. My hand just lets go. Although there is other issues going on with my hands too at the moment that they're investigating that might be carpal tunnel, or it might just be arthritis or something else. But yeah, Sunday is the first step to fixing part of my hand, so I'm super pumped for that. Even just slight relief would be, even if it doesn't work permanently, just some relief would be good. I'm just reworking. These hills were pretty much done, but I'm just now reworking them. Like I say, as it's been moved around on my desk and things been put on top of them, all by me. Only me to blame, but I didn't realise it was there. They've been all scuffed. So I'm just reworking them. Thought it was last Sunday. No, I wish it was, and it'd be fixed, but no, it's this Sunday, Sunday the 25th. 8:30 in the morning, which is a ridiculous time to have to be somewhere on a Sunday morning. But never mind. Like I say, if it's going to fix me, I'll take it. So all of you guys will still be, well, you West Coasters will probably be fast asleep. Some of you, no, your East Coasters will be fast asleep. Some of you West Coasters, if there is any here, because I know it's still quite early there, will probably still be up because it'll only be like 12:30 a.m. and I shall be toddling off to my appointment. know this is supposed to be like impressionist, but it's really bugging me that I think I need to outline or something, but I can't do that because that's not the style. Not the style. Yeah, anyway, Ange, how are you? Because I'm physically fine, apart from my gummy hand at the moment. And you're sleeping a lot. Yeah, it will be 3 AM for you, Sue, so I should imagine you'll be fast asleep unless you're having a night on the tiles. And then you might still be up. How are we doing for time? Has anybody seen our Jean awake yet? How's the dressing and the packing going, Ange? Is it still going on? Is there any end in sight of that? Because that must be totally unpleasant for you. Hi, babe. Okay. Okay, you'll know more on Monday. I bet you want to get back to work. What's wrong?
I said I had to get your cones because there's no other ice cream.
Whatever, as long as it's ice cream. As long as I have some ice cream for later, I'm a happy bunny. Andrew's just been done a bit of shopping on the way home. Like literally last few pounds worth of shopping before the money hit the account tonight. Probably stuff that we didn't actually really need because we have cupboards full of stuff and a freezer full of stuff. But you know how it is. When you want something, you want something. You're up at a lot of that time, Suzanne. Well, I am too, quite often. Not usually around online or whatever, but I'm usually 4 AM is my wake up time. And I wake up for a bit, and if I can't get back, I wander for a bit usually. And if I can't get back to sleep, then I will read at that time in the morning. I think the hills are mostly reworked. And I think they look even better than they did last time. So kind of glad that I had to do that. I don't know, there's a big gap there. Don't want a big gap there. I mean, even if Jean does come on, I'm going to stay here until I finish this anyway. Because, like I say, I really want it done. Oh, I've got all bits of stuff down there that shouldn't be there. Although I don't think I finished working down here. So let's. How are we doing there? Get in there. Do I want to work there, or do I want to work more on the castle? I think I'll work more on the castle actually. Where's my other brush? I've lost a brush. How can I lose a brush? Is it in there? No. Oh, it's under there. Oh my gosh, Ange. $40 an appointment, $75 an appointment. Do you have to pay there and then, or do you just get the bill? I'm going to clean my hands off a bit so they don't get too bad. That's just shocking. I mean, our NHS has lots of faults and it's being desecrated by our current government. But the thought of having to pay for each appointment, I mean, my appointment on Sunday will probably be a few £1,000s, I imagine, private. But I don't have that sort of money, so I just have to go without. You have to pay before service. That is absolutely bonkers. Does your insurance not cover it? It's totally unfathomable for us UKers that are so lucky to have been brought up with the NHS. How on earth do you manage to get better when you have to pay that sort of money for a simple appointment? And the stress that you must feel. I'm just trying to put my... There we go. So if you post up, if you go in and say, I don't have any money, they won't even see you. How are you going to rest and get better with all that stress on you? That is absolutely insane. And your orange man should be doing something about that. Not that ordinary people are his priority, are they? Oh, okay, Suzanne's saying that all the post-ops should be included in the surgery and remind them of that. It's the law. I hope to God that you can remind them of that and they do accept that, because it's crucial that you be seen, isn't it? But, oh my gosh. Is there anything we can do to help you, Ange? Maybe you should have... We were talking a while ago about how I fancy setting up a Redbubble and an Etsy to sell the Etsy to sell predominantly napkins, because I've got so many napkins I don't know what to do, and I want to buy more, but obviously I don't need the whole of the pack. So I figured if I set up an Etsy and sell some of my napkins, I can then buy more. But is there nothing like art stuff that you could do? Could you set up an Etsy and sell some of your art? Could you... Redbubble's the other thing that I fancy doing, is setting up a Redbubble and selling some of my... not my originals, because they're not professional materials, so I don't want to sell the originals, but to sell like prints of. Is there anything like that that you could do? Could we set up a Just Giving page for you, maybe? Would that be an option? Would you be happy with that? Because you can't suffer with this alone. Something like maybe a Patreon. Something, just something for you to have a bit of second income. Yeah, I guess you can't do anything until you get home, but once you do get home, maybe it might be worth thinking about, because you do awesome art. So it might be something you could do. You need to work more on that because it's not light enough. No, to be fair, I think I kind of ditched the castle halfway through, didn't I, and moved on without doing it properly. What next? That one's quite right anyway. I know this piece is going to be one of those bits where I'm not quite sure when to call it quits. I don't want to overwork it, but at the same point I want it to look finished. So it looks awesome on the screen at the moment, but not quite as good in real life. This castle needs a hell of a lot of work. So let's do that. Especially this area, this goes too dark over here, I think, looking at it. I know it needs to be darker, but not. And then kind of like Dee Dee was saying the other day, that people that do colour books, colouring in books, tend to not always be brave enough with their values, like the lightest lights, the darkest darks. I think this is kind of one of those situations where I'm kind of a bit scared of going too dark. Yeah, keep going till I'm satisfied. I'll probably be here till Christmas then. Because whatever I do, I pick holes in. I think that's kind of natural, isn't it? Everyone's their own worst critic. I'm definitely not satisfied at the moment. Everything is all too samey up here. It's not. Of course, she puts all lights like going down the hill and things, which I probably will do in a bit. And to put some more little lights here and there. The lights going down the hill. I want to get this blending nice and smooth. And there's some little child out there hollering mum, mum, mum. I mean, this isn't supposed to be detailed, I don't think. It's supposed to be sort of like, it's not supposed to be a painting that you look at close up. It's, from what I can see, it's like one of those, you're supposed to, look from afar. So it's supposed to be up on a wall somewhere rather than something that you look on top of all the time. But it's still not how I want it. Things are slowly starting to dry out here, so let's put some more retarder in the mix. this needs another coat because it's too, oh, that's a bit extreme. It's too light now. Yeah, Impressionist, that's it. Hi, Rebecca. Did anybody see Jean anywhere? Is she coming to life on Twitter? Although I'm not going to, even if she does come on, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going because I want this finished. And if I stop, I just won't finish it. But everybody can disembark and hop on over to Jean's. That needs a darker side. I've got the carried away there. That should be the light side. And that should be the dark side. With that, that's gone too far over, so I want to use that one. Oh, I've put my brushes in my yellow. Yuck. No, that's not coming off. Come off. Right, what I was going to do is I need to knock that back a bit. So what colour have I got in there? Mainly black. Because I got a bit too happy with that tower. Made it a bit too wide. You can listen to 3 at once, Suzanne. Is Heather still going, is she? Well, I'm not going to go crazy late like I did last week. I do need to get off here and eat sometime soon. At the same token, like I say, I want this finished. There we go. Need to blend that back in a bit with the rest of the sky. And that one's gone curvy. I don't want a curvy one. I want a straight tower. I think that's got lots of purple in it, that's why it's not blending in with the blue. It's because this side is really purple. I'm sure it was this purple I was using. It does look different. I think it just looks different wet to dry. And of course I need to put the stars back in. And the splattery bit back in over here. I'll do that right at the end. There we go. You must be very good at multitasking, Suzanne, in 2 streams at once and working. Amazing multitasker. Then again, you're a mum, aren't you? And I think you've got multiple boys, haven't you? So, yeah, it's probably something that you've had lots of practice of. That one. Those 2, they need support. Something. Oh, what colour I was using in that? Yeah, I'm not very good at multitasking. Multitasking isn't my forte. They used to test you both going at once and you kept up with them. Oh dear. Oh, didn't dry my brush. I know the first time today that I made that mistake, though, so I'm learning. I do learn. That one is bugging me now. That one needs to... maybe. One of them is on the spectrum. Well, that's trying in itself, isn't it? Obviously, we discussed at length before my experience of people on the spectrum. No, of course, everybody's on the spectrum is different, but there are traits that are similar in many. And it's damn hard work, isn't it, sometimes? And it just needs more definition that it's a turret in its own right. Welcome back, and back until your sister takes you to the shop. What are you going to buy? Are you going grocery shopping, or are you going something more interesting shopping? Oh, bandage shopping. That's not interesting then. And that one needs to be darker too. Oh, shouldn't put any retarder in with that lot. Let's mix a big lump of retarder in with the neat blue. There we go. Diagnosed to be much lower than he was. Either that or he didn't give up and I'm the stepmom. Okay, you're the stepmom. But yeah, the trouble is with diagnoses, they are just usually very generic. And it doesn't take into account all the extenuating things. Like I know Monique, she's got a son on the spectrum, softening the streams, and the work that she's doing with him to help him is phenomenal. And he's coming on leaps and bounds, and so I think it all depends usually on the kind of support the individual has, and other extenuating factors obviously, but you know, the more you work on things with them, like especially social things and what have you, the better the outcome. Whereas diagnoses don't always take that sort of thing into account. I imagine you've done wonders with him, Suze. I mean, just going from the way that you support us fibs. No, we can't afford to buy anything fun either, and it does suck. Although we are going to put a chunk away tomorrow so that we can pay to have a few days away. Well, we're going for the week, sort of Monday to Friday in August, back at the beach. So we're going to have to be very frugal this month and next month so that we can do that. But at least we can afford to do that. I say we're only staying in the same country. We can't afford to go on a big holiday or anything, but anything is better than nothing, isn't it? I'm trying to blend this one better because I just had a really big line and I didn't like that line. That one needs to be a bit darker. You realise we could spend hours going backwards and forwards like this. I get this one how I want it, then I have to do the other one. And then I get that one how I want it, and then the other one doesn't look so good anymore. Yeah, I think so too, Suzanne. I think so too. No, that's true. They don't see the world as we do. And I was having a conversation about my dad. Because he's been gone for 6 years now. Yeah. And the bugger is still causing issues. He had mental health issues his whole life. And I very strongly suspect he also had autism, similar to my brother. And he had mental health issues. And he was financially abusive to my mother, and would do suddenly sort of like he'd collect up all the paperwork of stuff and suddenly he'd burn it all. And I still trying to chase his pension schemes and things and get to the bottom of issues with that. And it's a nightmare because what did he do with it all? We thought we'd find it all when we cleared out his room, but no, nothing. And I think a lot of it was the autism, and that he always thought that he wasn't doing anything wrong, that his behaviour was totally normal. Like I say, with the hindsight, thinking that he probably did have autism, that yeah, he generally you know, back then we thought, you know, he was gaslighting or whatever, but I think he genuinely did feel that he didn't have an issue, because with autism, you know, they just see the world differently, and that was his normal. And although it doesn't excuse a lot of the things he does, because you can be autistic and an asshole, they're not mutually exclusive, you know. But I think a lot of it, what did come from the autism. And if only we'd have known then, you know, we would probably have gone about things a whole lot differently, and so much upset and upheaval and heartache could have been spared. But they always say, don't they, hindsight is 20/20, isn't it? And in the here and now, it's not so. Right, let's work on this one, get this one sorted. So yeah, I'm still running around chasing on what he did. Oh, here we go. Here's Doggy. That's been my task this week. So we've got another hour segment or so. So I'm going to stop this recording. So if this ever does get on YouTube, then thank you for watching this section, and the third and final segment of today will be up next.